Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to Bayloric Worldwide Television. Yep, I'm your host, Ingram Jones, and with us tonight, we will be doing a Friday night special. This is a Friday night special, a debate, something very different to Bayloric because we've never actually done a live debate talk before about sport. And we've talked about maybe boxing. You've known me well for talking about boxing, but there's so many other things to talk about in sport. We've got the world of soccer, football, the world of cricket, and there are people out there who've got very strong emotions and very strong opinions. So I thought tonight, Friday night, no boxing is on. So I thought, well, why not? Let's chill out and relax and see who's around and who's in the room and start our debate off. So I shall first push my lovely button, check and see if my audience are in the room. Thank you. So before I begin, we will be releasing an interview, non-sports interview later on, a community feature featuring Shamet Martin from the African Canadian organization. We've talked to her from Vaughan, the area of Vaughan in Canada, talking about many racist incidents that have been happening within the York region. And those who have been following Bayloric Worldwide Television have obviously been seeing the various stories and interviews. And Shamet very kindly did an interview with us tonight, which will be uploading for you to watch later on. So that's something for you all to tune in to watch later on. Very disturbing stories coming out of Canada. And in this age of 2017, we just want everyone to get together and kind of be one happy family. But that doesn't seem to be the case. It seems to be having issues in 2017 that we would have thought we would have at least brought some resolution to. We wish those people and those families that are in Canada at the moment that are going through the struggles and the pains that they're going through, we wish them strength and patience and hope that justice is served while they continue to fight the battles that they do. Right, moving on. Two things to talk about tonight. I'm going to talk about, for Arsenal fans, if you're an Arsenal supporter, I am an Arsenal supporter, we will be talking about Arsene Wenger, his position within Arsenal Football Club. Should he stay or should he go? We'll be talking about the England cricket team, the departure of Captain Cook, and it looks like Captain Root will be the new captain of England. I'll be sharing my views on that as well. And anytime, just chime in and let me know your thoughts on these things. Good evening. Marky B, Lee's Battersby, and DJ Slicks. DJ Slicks, brother, that's in the room, and everyone else that's in the room, let's give you all a shout out. Good evening, good evening. Okay, you all know me for doing the old boxing videos and do the interviews, but I want to do something to open it up a bit more because I feel that, pardon the pun, being in boxing kind of keeps you boxed in. So basically, tonight's an opportunity for me to meet more people, get to talk to more people, and reach more people from different sports and hear what they've got to say. So I can see there's some Arsenal supporters in the room already. So I will definitely talk about that. So Marky BS says, Ingram, my boy. Lee's Batterby says, Arsenal TV for life. Indeed. Ingram, my fellow gunner, what's going on, bro? Have you fixed your Football Manager yet? I fixed it, believe it or not. I fixed the live stream, and I'm going to give you a bit of a treat. I'm going to become the Arsenal Football Manager, and I'm going to fix the problems that Wenger clearly won't fix. I will get in and I will do the job. So I'll definitely upload that once I get started. I'll upload my Football Manager series with me as Arsenal manager. It'll be something for you to have a laugh about later. Okay, let's get cracking. I'll start with cricket because the football thing's going to take a bit of my time up. So for those of you who are into cricket, let me give you my thoughts on a few things. England are going into a time of transition. For me, England are always going through transition. And this time, Captain Cook, Alistair Cook, resigned as England captain. I think getting battered by the Indian cricket team, considered probably the #1 team in the world at the moment. A combination of spin, tremendous batting, great players throughout the years, and still have great players today. The England team once again have struggled to deal with the heat that the Indians have put on them in India. Well, England always struggled to play in the subcontinent. They've always struggled, whether it be Pakistan or India. Struggled to deal with the spin. Struggled to deal with the climates and the wizardry of the spinners that are within the Indian or the Pakistani team, or even in Sri Lanka. So, and now Cook has resigned after taking a tremendous battering as a captain. But to be honest, you know, I've always rated Alistair Cook as a good, solid, good batsman. You call him a world-class batsman. He's a top batsman. I've always rated him as a batsman. See, my problem with Alistair Cook has always been his leadership. He's always, to me, he's always been a man. He's always come across as a man who's a team player and a batsman. He never came across to me, Alistair Cook, as a player who was a leader. He never struck me as a leader. If you look at someone like Michael Vaughan, he was a great leader. I thought he was a great leader of men, and a great batsman, and a great tactician. I think Strauss, good quality batsman, and gritty, and he had captaincy material, but not like Vaughan. And then you go back from Vaughan, you had Nasser Hussain, who was captaincy material, might not have been the greatest batsman in the world, a good steady batsman, but had a bit of fight about him, punch about him. Alex Stewart, when he was in and out as captain, I found Stewart to be very bland, placid, no real imagination. Stewart was very much textbook by the book, tremendous batsman. Used to love batting on hard wickets, and you know, like balls that come onto the bat, really hit the ball, struck the ball tremendously hard. Exciting guy to watch bat, but a bore to listen to. And I didn't think tactically he was astute as a captain. Let me go back. You had Michael Atherton. Poor Atherton. I loved Atherton. He was just getting caught with dirt in his pocket, and you know, I think that was around the time where we discovered if you put mint on a cricket ball, you'll make it swing one way or the other. Yes, the Atherton times. Loved Atherton. Just a good top quality batsman that would stick it out and was gritty. But I didn't know how great Atherton was as a captain. He certainly sounded like he wanted to do something, but the reality was I'm not sure how much Atherton could do. Then before that, I believe we had Graham Gooch. I love Graham Gooch. You know, I thought he was captaincy material, led from the front, world-class batsman. I remember when he scored the 3-3 against India, top-class batsman. Gooch was the guy at the top. When Gooch got out, you always worried about the England team, but when Gooch was in, you always felt confident with Graham Gooch as captain. So, and then you've got to give props to Adam Hollioake, captain. I thought Adam Hollioake was a really good captain for England. I don't think he got the credit he deserved, Adam Hollioake. A good all-rounder, bat a bit, bowl a bit, great tactician, one-day cricket captain. You know, knew how to set his fields about. I rated Adam Hollioake. I rated him highly. His son, his brother, Ben Hollioake, who sadly passed away, tremendous batsman, really passed away so young, and rest in peace, Ben, at this moment in time. But tremendous batsman. So I will get round to the football. Don't worry about it, people. Just want to talk about the cricket at this minute in time. So Michael C says, too much expected from England captain. He can't bat for the other players. Well, we're going to definitely get onto that. Now, one of the things where England say they transition and they're going to talk about a new era, but they never learned their lesson. England are stubborn, right? It's the same old farts making the same decisions, doing the same things. Oh, I know. I mean, I coach quite high in cricket, and I understand the mentalities, people. I understand the mentality that they don't understand what they're doing. Why do you pick the best batsman in the team to be captain? It's like you do it all the time. Watch it. When Vaughan was You know, Vaughan was knocking balls all around the place and scoring scoring runs all over the shop. Guess what? Become England captain. Take the role as England captain. Why do you want to do that? You're premier batsman, the #1 man in the world. You give captaincy. Oh, I've got to talk about Kevin Peterson, his short reign as England captain. I actually thought Kevin Peterson would make a great England captain, only because Peterson would not stand for mediocrity. If you can't bat and you can't bowl, he would have you in the team. He would pick a fierce team out of Peterson. I know he's controversial, but I think you need controversial characters. And I'm going to talk about that Peterson incident in a moment, and Kevin Peterson in general. And they had Flintoff as captain. No, he wasn't for me captaincy material, because Flintoff took the whole world on his shoulders and he didn't know how to delegate. He wanted to bat all the time and bowl all the time, like that school kid who wants to bat and bowl all the time, but didn't have the idea, the ability to delegate. And he was such a leader on the pitch. Flintoff should have been a vice captain, but never a captain, my opinion. But hey, you know, he was effective. Just let Freddie go and do his thing, but don't put captaincy on his shoulders. So, okay, you're picking the best guy in the team to be captain, and he's always a batsman. You look at the history of England, Stewart, Vaughan, Atherton, Cook, and now they're picking this guy now, Root. Now, Cook was never a captain. He never was a captain. He was not, okay, he was made captain, but he never had captaincy material. He was a team player. He was not a captain. There's some guys just don't have that leadership within them. They don't have that in them. And I don't see that as Root. Root's another guy that will get stuck in. He'll bat tremendously. He's a world-class batsman, in my opinion. But because he's a world-class batsman, doesn't make he's got a world-class brain or a world-class tactician. I don't see that as Root. I really don't. I don't see him as a commanding figure in the field. I don't see him as a guy that's going to get everyone together and say, come on, boys, we can win this. He's not one of those guys. You know, Flintoff was a big character, a big guy, physically intimidating, but he didn't have, and for all the passion he had, he didn't have that ability to delegate, I don't think. I think Peterson, and a lot of people are not going to like this now, I think Peterson is, I don't know how Peterson is now, but I think Kevin Peterson, and I know a lot of people are not going to like this, Kevin Peterson, a lot of people say, oh, well, Peterson's a bit of an idiot, and Peterson's a bit of this, and Peterson's a bit of that. But I think Kevin Peterson, you would never look at Kevin Peterson and think that guy's a quitter. You never think of Kevin Peterson and say that guy is going to accept second best. Kevin Peterson's a fighter. Kevin Peterson's a fighter. Kevin Peterson's a winner. And in English public in general, don't like winners. They like people that come second place and third place, and oh, we come fourth place, that's acceptable. You know, at least we took part. Peterson's not going to stand for that. You know, Peterson, Ponting, Steve Waugh, Glenn McGrath. You name the great players in world cricket or in world sport in general. They don't like to lose. And Kevin Peterson, when he goes out to war and he's got that bat in his hand and he walks out to bat, when Peterson walked out to bat, he meant business. He was a big character. He was a big game player. He would rise to the occasion. If you were bowling fast, he'd want to hit the ball harder. He'd try and take on the fastest bowlers in the world. You know, that's why Viv Richards will always be my favourite player of all times of cricket. Viv Richards, when he went out to bat, he took the field, he took his bat in his hand and he walked out and he faced the fiercest bowlers in the world. Lillian Thompson, who was tormenting people for Australia, who was tormenting all the batsmen around the world. But he had his cap on his head and he'd take out all the bowling. Take out all the bowling. They'd bowl short balls and try to hit him in his head. And the cap would fall on the floor. He'd put his cap back on and he'd be chewing his gum. And next he's hit there, bam, 6 out the ground. You know, big presence, big time player. And he could lead in the field as well. Yes, Richards was very stubborn in his way and very arrogant, as people would say, in his way. And if he didn't like, I remember one incident in the Caribbean where Richards was captain of the side and somebody either misfielded a ball or they did something he didn't like. He sent him off the field. He said, get off the field. Get off the field and stand for it. So if you're captain of a ship. I believe if you're going to be a captain of a ship, then you need to lead from the front. And I don't really believe a captain should be the best player in the side. I don't believe that. Well, you should be the best player in the side because the best player in the side, everyone looks at him as the leader. Well, not really. I mean, there's many a time that Michael Vaughan wasn't the best player in the side because of form. Okay, so if you're the best player in the side, that means you've got to be on form all the time. Vaughan was a quality player, but what he brought to the table was leadership, being able to bring the best out of other players. So when you are not on form and you're not scoring runs, you as a leader, as a captain, could lead the side out still. See what happens with England. Got the best player. So the best player is normally an opener or the number 3 batsman. So they just target that guy, that batsman. And what ends up happening? That guy's in the field. He's not in form. So when he's in the field, what's he doing? Instead of him focusing on setting the field up and that's a tremendous thing. Over 8 hours, you're trying to set the field up and set traps and stuff. Why do you think of setting traps and think to get a guy out? You're also thinking, well, I ain't scoring any runs, you know. I ain't scoring runs. I got to face that guy that keeps getting me outside off stump. I mustn't cut the ball outside off stump. Okay, no, I've got to play straight. I've got to stay with designer V. Yeah, I'm, and then they got the press on me. I ain't scoring no runs. And then my team will look at me. I ain't scoring runs. These are all the things. Now, if you're a bowler as a captain, you can say all round and say, okay, you know what? Shit, I ain't bowling towards it. Fling the ball to somebody else and let somebody bowl. I can't do that as a batsman. If I'm not batting well, if I'm not in form, I can't throw my bat to somebody else. Right? But so I think that really the captain of England should either be an all-rounder or a bowler. Because the bowler is already on the field. His job is to look in field placements, where his bowler setting the field. Bowling. Where am I going to bowl to? Where am I going to bowl to set a field for a defensive field or an attacking field? You understand? That's where I think it would be better to have a bowler as a captain. But oh no, England know best. They're going to pick a guy who's always the top batsman. See, look at Root now. They're ruining Root as well. Poor Joe Root. He ended up being England captain. And he may get some runs as England captain. He may become a better batsman for it. But long term, I don't think that's great for England. I'd like to see somebody who isn't. I would like to see a leader be captain of England. A leader, a dynamic leader. Root is not a dynamic leader. He may be a dynamic batsman. He may be a strong batsman, but he's not a leader. Morgan, does he make a good England captain? One-day cricket, maybe Morgan. Test cricket, I don't know if Morgan's technique is up to Test cricket. But those are my thoughts. Let me hear what people are saying in the room. Okay. I know nothing about cricket apart from knowing that England are crap. LOL. Just letting you know. I'm just letting you teach me. LOL. Michael C says, why can't England players not play spin? Well, there's a lot of reasons why England players can't play spin. Well, they think that, but there's a lot of things because they think that by staying in nets and spending hours in nets is the way forward. That's the first thing. The other thing is, I would like to see more England players playing in the subcontinent. Not just 2020 cricket, but I see them playing in the subcontinent. The third thing is, I'd like to see a more diverse England team. There are so many. If you go around England, and you go around England, if you look at the current England setup and you look at England or the UK as a demographic, the demographics of the England or the makeup of the England team does not make up what the diverse cultures we've got in England. Pakistani, Indian, Sri Lankan, South African. You've got a whole mixture of beautiful ingredients of people that come from the subcontinent, that can bowl spin and bowl quick bowling. And England don't have the best players in their team. Get it straight. This is not like a football team. England don't pick the best players. It's if your face fits. That is England cricket. If your face fits, you're in. Did you go to private school? You come from a rich family. That's England cricket. Can I control you? Can you be controlled? Will you do as we say? That's England cricket. That's why they struggle with people like Flintoff, who basically said what he wanted and did what he wanted. Both of them, another great player, said what he wanted, did what he wanted. That's what England need. Those off-the-cuff players, off-the-chain players. Vaughan, another guy who, you know, spoke his mind and said what he thought. I don't think Vaughan is particularly liked because he speaks his mind. He says what he thinks, and he's not a yes man as such. You know, and that's why he had such great success as England captain, because he did things the way he wanted to do them. So I'm not too I'm not too opposed of the England team picking players who are the best in the country, as opposed to if your face fits. Now, coming back to the KP situation, a lot of people got problems with the KP situation. The KP situation, in my opinion, based on what I've seen of English cricket and how English cricket is run, it's got nothing to do with such KP. It's been able to handle big time players. A lot of the management, right? This is how it works. I tell you how it works at county level. What happens is you've got a coach at grassroots level who does all the hard work, teaches them how to hold a bat, teach them how to bowl a ball through the years, working hard, slaving away. That coach doesn't get any recognition. And then you get the county coach that picks a player up and says, I'll have you, picks the best of the players. Doesn't give that coach a look in, picks the best of the players, right? And then they all have to be like robots. All have to be like robots, right? And then they're unable to be the flair players they are. So they're subdued from the start to fit into this little hole. Now, as far as I'm concerned, with that is a problem. And then you've got these coaches. Cricket is a very simple game made complex by coaches. Watch. You have to hit the ball. You have to make sure the ball doesn't hit the stumps. And you have to bowl a ball and you have to knock the stumps over. Simple. That's it. But we got these coaches here. You remember Jimmy Anderson? Perfect example. World's #1 bowler. When Jimmy Anderson was a bowler, he was bowling, taking loads of wickets. He's swinging the ball both ways. He was doing everything. Oh, well, some clever coach went and said, no, you know what? We can work with Jimmy Anderson because I've got my level 5 coaching masterclass. That coach himself might not have been a bloody good bowler, but oh, he's going to make all these adjustments to Jimmy Anderson. So guess what? Jimmy Anderson tries to bowl the ball and keep his head straight and bowl the ball. Guess what happens to Jimmy Anderson? Jimmy Anderson loses form and loses his place in the side. Jimmy Anderson now is back in the England side, doing what got him there in the first place. And guess what? Recognised as potentially one of, if not the best bowler in the world in world cricket today, because he went back to what he was doing before. So this is what I'm saying. In terms of KP, it's because the management don't know how to deal with players that have complex characters, because they themselves have been dealing with robots. So it's a managerial issue with KP. So people who are flamboyant, big players, big time players, can't deal with that because it's suppressed, because the management can't handle big time players, because they themselves come from nice cushy backgrounds, nice and easy, everything's laid on a plate for them. Father sent them to private school, you know, all in posh gatherings, and then you've got a rogue that comes along like Peterson. Oh no, he's causing too many problems. He's causing dissension in the camp. No, because your leadership skills lack. Because basically, you've had all the players fed you that are very good players, and all you've had to do is say, oh, well, I'm a coach. I'm a coach. No, you're not no damn coach. You're your damn manager. You're not that. You're just there and you're just picking the best of the best. Well, look, any monkey can do that. So you're picking these players, and then when you get a guy that comes along and says, no, sorry, I'm not gonna be a robot. I'll speak my mind. I'll say what I've got to say. He becomes a person who's troubling. And most of the times, a person like Peterson, the guy's going to stand up and say, you know what? No, to hell with this plan. It don't work. It don't work. I don't think we should bowl first. I think we should get on the front foot. I think we should go out to the Australians. And when we go out and we win the toss, we're going to go out there, put 600 on the board, and then bowl at them and bowl them out. And Peterson's probably saying that in there and saying, no, Kevin, we don't do it that way in England. What we kind of do is, and he doesn't want to be subdued. So you've got an issue. I'm not saying Kevin Peterson's an angel, but I'm not putting all the blame in Kevin Peterson. Managerial, as far as I'm concerned, lacks. And so what do we have? You look at the captain tells you everything, and Placid Cook. Good boy, good grounding, comes from a good background. You know, he's not going to cause any problems. Good boy Cook. And who are they going to put now? Look at it, Joe Root. Good boy, Joe Root. He's a good little boy. He's all right. Pick him. England never learn. That's why they can't. And when they get to be the best in the world, when they become we're the best, we're the best in the world, but it never lasts. Look at when England won the rugby. They become the best, and we're the best. They're always the best in the world. Everyone's world class, and the last 5-6 minutes, or not even a year, because there's no consistency. There's no. The reality is, if England looked at things and be a little bit more realistic and say, okay, we're not the best in the world. We've got some good players, right? Let's build on that and let's build legacy. Let's try and be good. Let's try and be the best we can be for 5 years. We're the best in you put one good performance on, the best in the world, the best bowlers, the best batsmen. Look, he's world ranked #1. He scored 100. Oh, he must be in the top 10. No, you don't hear the Indians carrying on that way. You don't have the Australians carrying on that way. These guys produce the goods week in, week out. A guy who can hit a ball, a guy who can bowl a ball fast, a bowler who can spin a ball, great. They're all, listen, we're all good players. Let's go out there and whip everyone around the world. Now, England, we're the best in the world. And more often than not, we find England are not the best in the world and get found out. Why they can't play spin? There's a number of reasons why they can't play spin. But because they got people in there that think they know and don't know, and some of the people they've got in their England setup are people that actually struggled playing spin when they were around. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like that personally. But that's my personal opinion. I've gone off on a tangent. Let me hear what people are saying in the room as while I've gone off on my tangent about England. Good day, or good morning, or good evening to Mr. Van de G. Good to see you in the room, my friend, as I've gone storming off into a rag. Let's get you in the room and give you a round of applause, my friend. Where's my audience? Thank you very much. Here's me ranting and raving about the England cricket team. Flitnoff, who turned pro boxer? LOL. Remember that, England? Yes, 2 fights. Was it 2 fights or 1 fight? 1 fight. Protests all the way. We're just talking about South Africa tonight. I've had some friends that have visited me from South Africa at the moment, friends and family. Just talking about South Africa. KP bad for dressing room, can't be captain. Interesting. Vivi. Why can't a wicketkeeper not be a captain? Great point, Van der G. We had Stewart that was captain and wicketkeeper batsman. It works. Good idea. I've always thought that maybe a wicketkeeper could be vice captain. Captain bowler, vice captain of wicketkeeper, or vice versa. It could work. Hi, Ingram. Adam Scott here. Give Adam a shout in the room. Adam, I hope you're well. Good night. Thank you for joining us for Friday night debate. Adam states, he says, hi, Ingram. Apparently, they have also spoke to Stokes and Broad. Can't see any of them getting through. You see, you know, Broad, I'm not a big fan of Stuart Broad. He is another one of the best bowlers in the world. Broad is an average bowler at best, in my opinion. An average bowler at best. And I'm sure there are other people in England that can be better than Broad. I mean, as an all-rounder, he's very poor. If you want to call him an all-rounder. Very poor all-rounder. And you don't think Broad's in the side because of his dad, Chris Broad. Not a big fan of Broad. Stokes, he's on that. Is it Stokes? Is it Stokes, the guy is the all-rounder? I'm sure Ben Stokes the all-rounder. Yeah, leave Stokes alone. And Broad, well, yeah, he's experienced. It was also interesting to see how badly the Aussies played spin in Sri Lanka recently. Yep. Yeah. Well, I think with the Aussies, they may be going for a transitional period, but there was a time where the Aussies went to Sri Lanka and India and did very well. So it could be a transitional period with the Aussies. And also 2020 cricket. There's a much more emphasis on 2020 cricket, learning how to play all the shots in the world. We need to go back to playing, especially in the West Indies in particular. You need to learn how to hold the bat and play straight shots and play all these fancy shots. And then when you go to Test cricket, you can't play for anything. You need to go back to playing more 50 over cricket and more Test cricket. Steve Finn was as well. They messed him up. I remember Steve Finn. I remember a lot talk about Steve Finn because he's from the Middlesex I remember when I was doing my coaching in Middlesex, and Stephen was really talked about a lot. Poor Stephen. Poor Stephen. Please do live boxing show tonight, Ingram. No, not tonight. Sorry, we did a live boxing show. I think it was last night. Tonight it's going to be. I'm going to experiment tonight. We're going to have a live talk tonight. We're going to talk about all sports. In particular, I'm going to talk about the Arsenal Football Club and the England cricket team. And if there are people in the room still, we can talk some boxing. Van de G, love your views on England. Well, I've coaching almost 15 years. Can't understand England's setup. The game's changed. All this 2020 old-fashioned batting is dying out. I agree. Breaking news: Eubank Senior is the next manager. Ingram, I bloody well hope not. This is disgusting. And my cricket background, well, what can I tell you? Wow, I started coaching many years ago. I used to play first. I played district cricket. I was on the verge of playing county cricket, so I represented district and county. Then I went into coaching, which was my real forte. I think every year I would win a trophy, without a shadow of doubt, a trophy. Won trophies at Lords, went to Australia, coached in Australia, won trophies in Australia as a coach, trophies with young people at Lords. It's an extensive background of almost, 12 years of cricket coaching, successful cricket coaching, level 2 plus coach. Done lots of work. Was invited to a special invitation tournament which had 16 of the best cricket players in the world. So yeah, many great players there. I managed to meet what's this guy again? Shahid Afridi. I met loads of them, loads of players. There were loads of players I met. I worked with Mulitharam, the Asian Shewag. Loads of them I met. The Sri Lankan opening batsman, and Atapatu. Loads of them. So it was a great experience. So yeah, and of course, if you go on this channel, you check out Ingram Jones Cricket, you'll see lots of the coaching videos. And in 2010, I was recognized as a community champion. There was a documentary on the work that I did, which was done by the community channel and BBC. They did it. They came in and did filming and filmed the school and the communities and the youth work I did there. And the development, I ran 3 academies across the southeast. One academy was in Little Marley in Buckinghamshire. I had another cricket academy that was in Berkshire, and then had another cricket academy in Gravesend. So I was up and down, running around doing cricket coaching and producing kids from youth, from grassroots right through to county level. My best player I think I ever produced at 10 years old or 11 years old, he was playing under 13s cricket. So, and that was at district and county level. So that kind of tells you where I was at. Did a lot of work with Kent County, did a lot of work with them, did a little backroom work with them, did some coaching for them as well, and was over when Kent, Australia played England and met the whole Australian team. So that was experience as well. Coaching in the West Indies as well. Was assistant coach for the national side in Grenada, so it was good. You're very inspiring, bro. Congratulations on your hard work and awards. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. So that's the end of the England cricket talk, I think, for now. Now is the real talk, really what I want to get into. Arsenal Football Club. Where do we begin with this? Are you Arsenal? Are you Wenger in or Wenger out? Oh, Monty Panesar, what went wrong with him? Looked a good spinner. I believe Panesar is on the way back. He's on the comeback trail. He was playing for some random club out in Australia, I believe, but he's on the comeback trail. Monty Panesar, so look out for him. I watched Monty Panesar in England, and he was yeah, I'm going to be talking about Wenger in a minute, but I just want to talk about Monty Panesar. I saw Monty Panesar in England, yeah. I was at Lords and I was working, coaching as head coach at the time. It was an open day for many young people to come and play cricket for the day at Lords. It's the home of cricket. So anyway, I'm there and I'm watching one of England's top spin bowlers Panasar was like rated one of the best bowlers in the world. Remember that time? Panasar, one of the best bowlers in the world. The best bowlers in the world. You know, England, they love, you do a little thing, you perform a little bit in England, like I said, the best. The best. And he gone to subcontinent now. He bowled in India, he bowled in Pakistan. Took wickets over and soft wickets and the wickets that helped him over here in England. That was fine. He's the best in the world, Panasar. And we've got Panasar. And Panasar's going to beat India. And Panasar's going to beat this person. And Panasar's just a bowler. He's a spin bowler. You got 11 players in the team. You got, what, batsmen? And you got bowlers. And you got Panasar. Sadly, Panasar is going to do everything for England. Remember Phil Tufnell? They did the same thing for Tuffers as well. The best, the best. And then when they go to India and they get disappointed, they blame everything on Panasar. Look, for start, Panasar can't hold a bat. He can't bat and he can't field. I watch this man, grown man, he's fielding, and I see a man, legs wide open and running at the ball like an ape. And the ball runs straight through his legs for 4 runs. Unacceptable. And it's stuff like that that Panasar got dropped from England by. So, a bit of a clown Panasar in that sense, but I'm glad he's coming back. He certainly's got some years in him still, Panasar. And if he's sorted out his fielding, I hope he should come back to England. I think he probably still is England's best spin bowler. So, yeah, Panasar, yeah. Yeah, Panasar. I like Panasar. Okay, back to England. Back to Arsenal. Wenger out. What more is there to say? Question mark. Well, there are people that believe that Wenger should stay. And here's where I think the people... I'm gonna defend the people who say Wenger in just for a minute. People who want Arsene Wenger to be in are very nostalgic. They remember the years of Arsene Wenger when he came to the club and the Untouchables. They remember that. They talk about Arsene Wenger and the amount of money that Arsene Wenger's brought to the club, the stability that Wenger's brought, that they're always in the Champions League and always in the top 4. Arsenal are a top 4 club in the Premiership, and Arsenal are also in the Champions League every year without doubt, a shadow of doubt. There are years Man United didn't get in there. There are years Chelsea didn't get in there. But Arsenal every year are in the Champions League. And for that, all hail Arsene Wenger. And of course, well, Tottenham are rivals. And I'm not too big on that. The whole rival thing, it's tongue-in-cheek for me because, as you know, my cousin played for Tottenham, Defoe. So I can't really go too much on the whole, oh, I hate Tottenham, because I actually lived in Tottenham. So I can't really say, oh, I hate Tottenham. And I went to college in Tottenham. So I hate Tottenham. I can't do that. I don't hate Tottenham. All right. Some of my best friends have been from Tottenham. And some of my, my experiences growing up in the community and the work I've done has been in Tottenham. So I can't say, I hate Tottenham. I can say, I prefer Arsenal. And it's always fun every year to see Tottenham collapse from, being front runners and always Arsenal being ahead of them in the league. But this year, there's a real possibility if Arsenal don't sort themselves out that Tottenham will be ahead of us in the league. Okay, but it's always a good laugh when Tottenham don't always get beat by Arsenal at the end of the year in the league. It's always a funny thing to watch. But that for us, for Tottenham fans, of course, they want to see Arsene Wenger stay at the club and continue to bring the club down. There's a problem. And here's why I say Arsene Wenger needs to go, and he needs to go now. Now. I don't see Arsenal beating Bayern Munich. Look, I did a prediction video not too long ago of what Arsene Wenger would do in the transfer market. I said he would buy nobody in the transfer market significant, and if he bought anybody in the transfer market, it would be somebody that wouldn't be played automatically. What did I say? It ended up happening. Arsene Wenger needs to go now. Like, now. Not like at the end of the year. Now he needs to go. Oh, but what about our Champions League chances? Well, you're playing great at the moment, right? He needs to go. And I'll tell you why he needs to go. There's a lot of reasons why Arsene Wenger should have gone before the transfer market. At least we could have got some improvements. Wenger needs to go for a number of reasons. Number one, Wenger has made Arsenal Football Club become the 4th team. Do you know when you used to be at school and your teacher used to tell you, it's not about winning, it's about taking part? That's what Wenger's made Arsenal into being, right? Arsenal become the team that come 4th. Yeah, but we came 2nd last year. I don't care. You're not number 1. You're not 1st. When's the last time you won the Premier League? Okay? So think about this as a player now. Did you ever remember when you were playing in a football team or a cricket team or a rugby team, you ever said to yourself, oh, you know, it was all right coming second, it was all right coming fourth. Oh, it's all right, we'll accept that. No, because the burning desire that was inside you, the burning desire that was inside you was always important about you wanting to be out there and be the best you possibly could be. That's what it was about. That's what it was about, being the best you could be. I mean, you know, you don't go and tell your sons and daughters, all right, you know what? I don't want you to be the best in your class. I don't even want you to be second best. If you come fourth, I don't mind. You're fourth. No, no. Top players like Thierry Henry or Tony Adams. How can you turn round? How can you turn round and tell a man like Tony Adams or Thierry Henry, our philosophy is come forth. We come forth. We do good. No, get out of my face with that crap. No, not good enough. And you know, it's obvious we need top players at the club. You need to invest. Doesn't want to do that. He doesn't want to invest. Doesn't want to bring new players in. And guess what? He doesn't want to change his tactics. This guy plays the same football week in, week out. Week in, week out. Same garbage every week. And when you do well, Wenger has to stay. When they do crap, Wenger has to go. There's a consistency and a mediocrity, which is fourth is good enough. People like Alexis Sanchez, right? Also, they're not going to stand for that. They don't want to be a part of that. World-class players get shipped out, and Arsenal, they need to change the name of Arsenal Football Club to Arsenal Football Academy. That's what it needs to be, because when a player becomes a point where they're on the verge of potential to be world-class, they get shipped out. They get shipped out. This is what happens, and Wenger is tactically inept. I'm sorry, not good enough. What makes him a world-class manager? Oh, well, you know what? He's brought a lot of money to the club. Well, he'd be a bloody accountant. I want to see freshness. I want to see life and vibrance. Now, I was sitting down and said, well, you know, if I was going to be asked, if I was going to bring Arsenal a team, if I was going to change the management at Arsenal, who would I bring in? Well, who could I possibly bring in to be the new manager of Arsenal? So you're looking around and you're thinking, and then I thought, all right, see, this is where my football manager fantasy mind comes in. I think to myself, all right, I would want a man like I would like a man who, when he comes to the club, commands a certain amount of respect. And you tell me if I'm wrong in this. You might think I'm crazy, but I would like to see Thierry Henry as Arsenal manager. You go, what? Henry's got no experience. Okay, so then you get Henry and you get somebody to work alongside Henry who's got experience, maybe like a Steve Bold working alongside Henry. I don't know, but somebody who's got experience to work alongside Thierry Henry. You know, for a start, Thierry Henry is going to command a certain amount of respect around the world globally. He might not be a great manager yet, but you've got to start somewhere. And you can't go any worse than a guy that's coming fourth in the league every year, okay, but is not prepared to invest in players and is losing the team, losing the drive of the players. I don't know how you can inspire players with that. I can't imagine listening to Arsene Wenger in a dressing room when you're 2-0 down. I'm sorry. But Thierry Henry, you could see it. I could see him being a great manager for Arsenal with some support. And the Arsenal fans having time and having patience with Henry. I would love to see Henry there. I'd bring Patrick Vieira back. I'd bring him back to Arsenal. I'd get him away from Man City. What's he got to do with Man City? Bring Vieira back to Arsenal. Bring Tony Adams back to Arsenal. Bring the old Arsenal guard back to Arsenal and try and bring that I would want to see somebody at Arsenal. I don't want no foreign manager coming in who has no understanding of the Arsenal culture. I want people who live and breathe Arsenal to bring that passion back, to bring that vigor back, that fire, that we understand what's necessary. We know what needs to be done here. Let's get on and do it. So why not bring Henry back to Arsenal as a manager? He's coaching at the moment. Bring him back as a manager. Let me hear what you people think about this. Henry, the manager of Arsenal. I know it's kind of crazy, but hey, it's okay for Giggs to be potentially manager of Man United. Are you going to say Giggs is a better player than Henry? Come on, man. Talk to me. The guy's a pundit for Sky Sports. I know punditry doesn't mean you make a good manager, i.e. Gary Neville and Valencia. Well, that's a different matter altogether. But I don't think that I can't see the players of Arsenal not wanting to try for Henry. I really can't see that. Let's see what people are saying. DJ6 says the board are to blame because they see Arsenal as a business, and as long as we keep getting top four, making profits, Wenger will never be sacked. They even have a 2-year contract ready for him. Pathetic. P. O'Neill says Dean and Wenger work well as a pair. These board members feed the fans lies, telling us we will and compete with Real Madrid, Bayern. Yeah, compete where? Compete with underpants, maybe. No other manager at the top 6 club would be kept on with not winning the league for this long. It's only the history and legacy that's kept Wenger there. A few FA Cups isn't good enough. GJ Flicks 6 carries on. He says, January transfer window is always hard, so I will allow him for that. Better business should have been made in the summer, though. Adam Scott says, I'm a Liverpool fan and like Wenger, but understand why Arsenal fans are so annoyed, particularly when they pay the bigger prices. Michael C says, Wenger should go get Joe Hart. Peter Cech is past it. Okay. P. O'Neill says, Cech is still paid by Abramovich. You know what I'm going to do, guys? I'm going to start my Arsenal team off, and I'm going to put it here, and I'll upload the results, and you know what you think of my first couple of games as Arsenal manager. I think you might enjoy it. Via Football Manager 2017. DJ6 says, it's sad, but true. Money runs everything, and it's a business that is profiting. Wenger is tactically weak, but a superb accountant. Then go backstage. Be an accountant, but just stop being manager of Arsenal. Okay. Whenever I see Arsenal lose, I always feel like Arsenal is to blame for some reason. That's the media, I think. I can't believe we sold these players to Man City. Nasri, Toure, Clichy, Adebayor, Van Persie. You remember that one to Van Persie to Man United? Oh my God, what are you doing? Why did you sell Van Persie to Man United? Remember Nicholas Bentner? Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Sanya. I think I'm of the belief that Wenger thinks he's bigger than the club itself, and I'm of the belief that Wenger, if you don't stay in line with what he says, you go. And once you become a superstar player, Wenger doesn't know how to handle superstar players. That's what I think now. Maybe not before, but now I believe that. Vieira to Man City, mistake. Henry should work as assistant manager first, alongside Steve Bold. Bring in Bergkamp as well for backroom staffs, Keogh and Adams. There you go. So GJ6, another one that agrees with me on this Arsenal thing. So what are your thoughts on the whole Arsenal thing? Love to hear what you think. What's your opinion on Gary Neville having a go at Arsenal TV? I don't know. I heard this thing about Gary Neville having a go at Arsenal TV. Well, maybe he's giving Arsenal TV some... I don't know. What? Can you tell me what the situation was? Haha. Ooh. Robin Van Persie. I know. But I've been trying to get some people from the Arsenal TV to come on Bayloric TV. And we'll see what happens. We're going to try and get somebody to come on and talk about Arsenal Football Club. It'd be great to have somebody from the Arsenal side of things to come on and do an interview and talk about Arsenal Football Club. Definitely Are Ozil and Sanchez gone in the summer? If they are, forget top 4 next season. If Ozil and Sanchez goes because Wenger's staying, the club is Wenger. The club is Wenger in a way, just like how SAF, Sir Alex Ferguson, was Man United. Yeah, but they were winning things. Man United were winning things, and when Wenger, listen, Ferguson's smart. Ferguson looked at his team and went, you know what? You see that team there? That's not winning a league again. That ain't winning a league again. And you see this youth that's coming through here? Nah, we ain't winning the league again. Wenger, he was smart, Ferguson. You know what? I'm gone. I'm out. I'm gone. So Alex Ferguson disappeared. And then the golden boy came in, Moyes. And he understood when he got him, oh, Man United is not the team I thought it was. Oh, okay. Then Van Gaal said, oh, I'll come in. I'll make a difference. And then he realized, oh, shoot, it ain't working. And now the chosen one, Mourinho, has come in. Oh, shit. It's not what I thought it was. See? So Sir Alex Ferguson left a legacy, but what he left behind was a pile of doo-doo for other people to deal with. And you've seen it now. Michael C said the fans are embarrassment wanting Wenger out. You know what? If I were Gary Neville, I'd ask him what happened to Valencia Football Club. That's what I'd ask him. I'd ask him what happened to Valencia. Arsenal TV loves that YouTube money. They seem to. What other team in the league would sell their best player to a rival? Would Costa come to Arsenal? Would Rooney in his prime come to Arsenal? Hell no. But we give Van Persie's prime pathetic. Well, that's Wenger. Well, what? What? That says, what? Team are not performing. We need new players. What are you going to do about it? Well, you don't know. You don't know what is going to happen in the future. All right, listen. Do you want the untouchables? Now we are very touchable. All right, stop it. And then that's how I feel when I see that guy on television and you've lost the game. Well, if you won a game or you lose a game, he's got that same expression on his face, and you're like, are you actually human? Do you actually have emotions? Do you feel it when we lose a game? Well, I don't know. And I think to myself, this guy is the head. He's the head of the ship. This guy. And I'm like, this guy is like, oh. Guys, it's done. It's over. It's finished. He's kaput. He's like a world-class boxer. He's like Roy Jones Jr. Remember Roy Jones Jr.? Roy Jones Jr. wasn't, for the boxing fans, for people listening to boxing, Roy Jones Jr. was untouchable when he was prime Roy Jones. Now, anything that touches Roy Jones falls over. Roy Jones is finished. Finito. Kaput. I'm sorry. Was a great fighter. No longer a great fighter. Finished. Finito. Same with Wenger. Was a great manager back then. Done. Compete. Move on. And that's my point on Arsenal. Pep wants Sanchez Ozil to Bayern. Yeah, probably go. We're lucky we got Bellerin signed up. Pep wanted him as well. Ian Wright said Wenger told him he's leaving. Good. Good. Glad. See the back of him. And I want him to go. And you know where I want him to go? Out the club and keep walking. I don't want to hear he's at the back room. He's hanging around, slithering around. So why can't we make a manager comes in? Why can't we start buying players? Well, we will see. No, get out of the club and thank you very much. Here's your piece 45. Get out. That's it. And take David D. Get out the club. Thank you. That's how I feel personally. But then, you know what? They'll be saying, oh, well, keep Wenger on, keep him on, keep him on. And they're the people that like the fourth place. They're the people that like to be comfortable. They're the nostalgics, right? Wenger has to go no matter what. But who is the person to replace him? Oh, vavavoom. Thierry Henry is the man to replace him. I believe Thierry Henry is the perfect man to replace Arsenal at this time. The fans need to understand it's a transition period. They need to understand it's a transition period first. And they need to understand, okay, we're having change. We're having change. So I think Henry is the perfect man for Arsenal. Perfect. Okay, perfect. Let's see here. It's been admitted at half time. Wenger doesn't say anything for the first 10 minutes for the team. He lets them discuss amongst themselves. Then during the game on the touchline, he plays with his zip. LOL. Steve Ball should take over. No way Henry should replace Wenger. Why? Premier League goal centre. Bayloric, why are you commentating football, you joker? Why am I commentating football? Well, let's see. I've been playing Football Manager since 1990, God knows when. Okay. My cousin played, well, I've got a couple of cousins that have played football. My cousin's Defoe played for Tottenham. My other cousin, Stern John, people know of him as well. So, you know, it's nothing wrong with commentating football. Makes a bit of a change. Steve Bowl has no experience, bro. All right. Well, okay. So he has no experience. So what? Giggs didn't have no bloody experience, did he? Shearer didn't have any experience. But I think that Henry's got quite a bit of experience now. I mean, he's played at the highest level. He's got experience of winning something. Okay? And I just think the fact of aura, and I think if he has somebody beside him who does have some knowledge of the game tactically, like Steve Bold working alongside Henry, would work. Bayloric, only joking. I see you branch into it. Thank you very much. FIFA Manager was my game. Total Club Manager. Oh, we're talking LMA Manager. What a game. LMA Manager. Tremendous game. Henry Carragher don't want to leave their Sky sofas. Hold on, that's not true, because Henry was wanting to come back to Arsenal, and Wenger said, "On your bike, son." So, good to see pictures today with Defoe, with the boy from Sunderland. That's what it's about. I agree. It's what it's at. Look how shit they did. LMA Manager. Right. So what I'm going to do, what you've inspired me to do, people, is to get on my Football Manager and start commentating. I'm going to take over as Arsenal Football Manager, and you'll see how I make the changes and who I bring into the team, from defence to midfield to attack. How could Wenger dismiss Henry like that? Quite easily. He dismissed Van Persie, didn't he? He got Van Persie and sent Van Persie off. You know, imagine Henry didn't go to Barcelona and stayed at Arsenal. I loved Arsenal. I just loved Henry. Henry can't do any. For me, Henry can never do any wrong. Maybe he can do wrong, but he can't do wrong for me. Henry's just like, I don't know. I love him. I'm just in love with Thierry Henry. He can't do anything wrong. So I would love to see Henry's face at Arsenal. I really would love to see him as manager of Arsenal. I would love to see him. Wenger's power hungry. Okay. Apart from you tell me Henry's got no experience, okay? Apart from you tell me Henry's got no experience, what else can you tell me in terms of world reputation? You can't tell me Henry's not got world reputation. You can't tell me fans hate Henry. You can't tell me that players not going to want to play for Thierry Henry. You tell me that players that from Barcelona and from Real Madrid and from all these other teams around the world wouldn't come to Henry? Come on, Henry in a shirt and a tie on the touchline. Come on, be nostalgic. Just come on, be a bit of a visionary. Take a chance. Well, Wenger's got experience, hasn't he? What kind of experience do you want? Do you want Wenger's experience? Huh? Henry greatest that ever played the game. Fact. And yes, he would be nice to see. There you go. So what kind of experience do you want? Do you want a Wenger type of experience? Oh, he's safety first. We're not going to win you anything. Not going to win you a Champions League. Going to come fourth all time. Going to get knocked out, second round quarterfinal of the Champions League year in, year out. Not going to buy any top players. Come on, man. Of course he has. Greatest player of all time is Dave Besson. Of course he has. Don't get me wrong. Somewhere down the line, he when he cuts his teeth somewhere, then he comes back. Mate, Henry as an assistant first, maybe. Wenger will go and Arsenal will finish 8th the next season. Henry inspired players even more if he becomes manager. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thierry Henry for manager. Thierry Henry for manager. I love that man. So I love that man so much. Damn, I love that man. Imagine the passion on a touchline from a manager like Antonio Conte. It would be amazing seeing Henry like that. I think the squad is good enough to win the league, but wrong manager in charge. Could be another Alan Shearer. Could be. I mean, I thought that when Shearer took over at Newcastle, for that brief time, there was hope at Newcastle. I just think iconic figures are key. I really do. I'm not saying that Henry's going to be the greatest manager or he's going to do, like, he's not going to be Mourinho. I'm not suggesting that for 1 second. But it'd be just nice to see it. Nice to see it. What about tactics, LOL? What about tactics? What about tactics? What about Wenger's tactics? There can't be any worse than Wenger's tactics because they're not winning anything. Oh, wait. Was it not Crystal Palace who got beat by the other day? Was it Crystal Palace? Which was the team who got beat by the other day? I was sick of watching it. I want Billy Joe as player manager. Can come on and come off. Great movement. I think we need more representation in the game. Also, Tyson and Fury are welcome. Very funny. That's what I'm saying, YouTube. I do get what you're saying. What? Yeah, Watford! Oh my God! Watford! And you are sitting here and talking to me about experience and tactics. Don't, please. Why are Arsenal fans always moaning about Walcott? I don't know, because they think Walcott is, I don't know what they want Walcott to be. I think, do they want Walcott to be the next Giggs? Do they want Walcott to be Adrian, what's it, Robben? They want that? They want him to be Ribéry? What do they want Walcott to be? Is he a striker or is he a winger? What is Walcott? How about Joe Gallagher as interim manager and Thierry and learn the ropes as number 2? No. Joe Gallagher would be. I can't even say. Oh, no. Joe Gallagher would be. He just does the same thing all the time. You say, Joe Gallagher will probably be like, what's his name? Sam Allardyce, long ball merchant. Long ball, just put the ball up for the end. That's what Joe Gallagher would be. That's what Allardyce would be in the football terms. Yeah, he could. He might end up that way, but I don't think it's any worse than what you've got at the moment. What Man United got Watford tomorrow? Yeah, well, what can I say? I think I've made my point about the Henry thing. I mean, okay, who else is viable to be our Arsenal manager? Okay, here's one. Do you remember they were thinking at one point maybe Martin O'Neill as Arsenal manager? I know he's Irish manager at the moment. Martin O'Neill, would you have him as Arsenal manager? I would have thought Pep Guardiola would have been a great Arsenal manager, but he's at Man City now. And Wenger deserves better than abuse. I like Deeney, to be honest. We have Hull tomorrow, okay, who look okay under their new coach. Okay. Well, Tony Adams has got experience. I wouldn't put him as England manager, as Arsenal manager. If you was manager tomorrow, what players would you sell straight away? Cazorla would go. Who else would I sell? Mertesacker would go. Sorry. Let me think. Lacazette would be brought in. Chate would be brought in. What I'm going to do, Laurent Blanc, Eddie Howe, no, no. Walker is past it now. Arsenal need to get rid of some dead weight. Serious overhaul. Walker, no. I'd like to see Walker under Henry and see how we do under Henry. Laurent Blanc, no. I want somebody. I don't want these outsiders coming in. I want somebody who's Arsenal. Arsenal blood, red blood, Arsenal. Somebody who knows the club inside out. The pains. No. If you're going to experiment and you're going to bring guys like Eddie Howe in and this other Thomas Tuchel in, if you're going to bring Laurent Blanc in, you're going to bring them guys in, then you may as well just bring in Thierry Henry. You may as well. Because his blood is red. Bring Henry in. If you're going to bring them jokers in, bring Henry in. But if I had my chance, I would have Pep Guardiola as manager of Arsenal. Tic-tac-toe. That's Guardiola. And I think it would have suited Arsenal well. Perry Groves? No. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, but I guess I'm idealistic, maybe. But I'd like to see people who know the heart and the engine of Arsenal. I don't want to be from the outside. A Simeone, Atletico Madrid, he kicks some ass. Yeah? Well, in that case, he wants me to kick ass, get Roy Keane in. But no, he's... Yeah, I want somebody who's Arsenal. He's got to be somebody who's Arsenal. Born and bred Arsenal. Apparent there after Algeria from Juventus. Okay. What do you think of Paul Merson in the backroom staff? I don't know. I like Merson, but no. I'd like to see Bergkamp involved. I want Bergkamp, Henry, Vieira, Tony Adams. Paul Merson would be a fantastic manager. Smile, smile. Okay. So I think I'm going to come to the end of this because I didn't want to do this to be long tonight. Just a little chat and see how people are about it. But let me know what you think of the idea of having these Friday night debates, talking football, talking boxing, talking cricket, talking rugby. Sol Campbell, evening, Charlie Cutting. I'm about to end the show. But Sol Campbell, no. Thoughts on Klopp? Well, thoughts on Klopp? Look at him at Liverpool. Good debate. Listen, Sol Campbell left us and went to Tottenham. No! Was it in Tottenham when he came to Arsenal? No, it was Arsenal went to Tottenham. Which one was it? It was Tottenham when he came to Arsenal. No, I want red. Arsenal through and through. So sorry, not him, not Sol Campbell. No. Chris Mason is a better manager than Wenger. Chris Mason, he's a guy that talks a lot of sense. I would like to see, as I told you, Henry as manager of Arsenal. I know you don't like it. I know you talk about assistant stuff. I was joking, bro. Harry Redknapp. Well, you know what I mean. I would just pick up a couple of guys I can get on a free transfer, bring them over. No, not Redknapp. Sorry, I love Redknapp, but no. Remember Redknapp when he's at Tottenham? When Tottenham were doing so well, and he kept playing the same players over and over and over again. No. He left Spurs to join Arsenal. No, sorry. Just a big fan of football, as I am boxing, so I'll definitely view these shows in the future. Hey, listen, all tonight's show is about it's just trying to reach out to a new. I love you people, but I want to reach out to a new gang of people as well to talk football, to talk cricket, and to talk boxing as well. Get the community bigger so we can start expanding more and reaching more people and world domination. So yeah, it'd be nice. It'd be nice to talk football as well and talk cricket. Well, you know how I feel about Arsenal now. My final thoughts are, I think Arsene Wenger has to go and go ASAP. Don't wait till the end of the season because you know what's going to happen at the Champions League anyway with Arsenal. I would like to see Thierry Henry as manager. I would like to see an assistant manager, like someone like Steve Bold, working behind the scenes with him. I would also like, in terms of England, the cricket team, Alistair Cook giving up as England captain. He was never an England captain, in my opinion. He was a team player. Should Cook remain as a player? It'd be interesting to see Cook playing as a player under the captaincy of Joe Root. I don't ever see it happen. I think Joe Root is not England captaincy material. I think Joe Root is a great player. I don't think he's England material as captain. We've talked about the return of KP. A lot of people upset about KP. Claude and TY for manager. DT and troops, backroom staff, LOL with MOH. I've reached out to DT. I don't know if he's going to respond back. I reached out to him on his Facebook page. I reached out to him via YouTube. I don't know. Some of these people might feel they're too big for themselves, but I've reached out to them. So we'll see if they're going to bother coming to Baylor. It could be nice to see them come over and do a crossover show. If not, we'll find another Arsenal fan. We'll bring them on and we'll cause a storm. Okay, I think that's it for me tonight. Thank you all for joining in. Pop your ideas down. Talk to us over Twitter at Bayloric TV or at Bayloric World TV. Okay, check us out on Twitter and give your suggestions as to what you think. You know, what we could do as a show in terms of sports show. They'll always be doing the boxing, but it's nice to have another show as well. And let us know what you think, your thoughts, please. I appreciate them as we continue to build for the future. The transition phase from Bayloric Worldwide Television to something else. Thank you all so much. This has been Ingram Jones from Bayloric Worldwide Television. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, leave your comments, and let's get some more ladies in this room and let's get them commenting on sports as well. It'd be great to hear their opinions. I'm out of here. Take care.